You may have heard the list of artists performing at President Trump's inauguration this year, including artists that aren't so surprising like Carrie Underwood, Lee Greenwood, and Kid Rock. I mean, if he can pull himself away from shooting cans of Bud Light long enough to make it there. However, there's one act on that lineup that is pretty surprising. That being the Village People. If you're anything like me, you probably heard that and said to yourself, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Sure, Trump is associated with dancing to their song, YMCA, in almost every rally and event, but considering the band is famously known for being an iconic emblem of the gay community in the 70s and 80s, why would they let themselves be sidelined with a president who is famously not an ally of the LGBTQ plus community? Now, the official line from the act is that despite the fact that our preferred candidate lost, Village People have accepted an invitation from President-elect Trump's campaign to participate in inaugural events. But even that statement just seems off, doesn't it? Something about it. And there's a reason for that. And that's because, for all intents and purposes, Village People aren't performing at the inauguration. This guy is. This is Victor Willis, the only remaining original member of the band, and was the one usually dressed as the cop. He's been with the band since the beginning in 1977, but was fired from the band in 1979. After years of battling in court over royalties and songwriting credits, Willis and the other surviving original member, Henry Bololo, settled their differences in 2017, with Willis winning the use of the name and characters of Village People and returning as lead singer with a new group of background singers. Unfortunately, the third original member, Jacques Morali, one of the writers of all the songs you know and love, passed away in 1991. You can probably see the full picture starting to come together here now. With none of the original members tied to the act, including Felipe Rose, David Hodo, Randy Jones, Alex Briley, and the late Glenn Hughes, Victor Willis and his new lineup are free to use the name and iconic imagery to do with as he pleases, which apparently is to sell out their music and everything they stood for as gay icons and champions of the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, I'm all for building bridges with other beliefs and communities, but not when that community thinks you're an abomination and is actively working to take away your rights and freedoms as a person. Willis is literally selling out the LGBTQ plus community and siding with the empire for nothing but money and exposure. And as you can imagine, some of the original lineup aren't too happy about it. Even some of the later members are speaking out, such as Jim Newman, who was part of the band from 2013 to 2017.
A Village People is performing at Trump's rally, but this group has nothing to do with the group that I was a part of. The Village People that were around for 40 years, strong, loyal, gay following. They took away the name Village People from our band, the band that had been around forever. A lot of the originals still in the band. And they gave it to an ex-member who was fired a couple of years in, and he started a new group. And that is the Village People that performs. Our Village People would never, ever perform at a Trump rally. We would never give him the rights to use those songs. And we would never slap the face of the strong, especially gay audience that made us who we are.
But with Willis being the legal owner of all rights and images of Village People, it's his to run into the ground. Just another example of cops being bastards. Even the pretend ones.